hundreds of years, the anomaly sector has been off limits. Now it's within reach. Dozens of undeveloped systems, hundreds of planets, and thousands of points of interest await exploration. A vast fleet of ships has rushed forward to discover dark skylines. Hundreds of space bases are being established on uncharted planets, while thousands of adventurers venture into the unknown. Riches and glory beckon, but danger and death lurk around every corner. This is the age of the Starborn. The fate of this galaxy is in your hands. Explore the universe in your Telegram. Join the next generation to play and earn games. Take part in the biggest airdrop in history. Experience blockchain and AI in the most technologically advanced Telegram project ever. Starborn Legacy. Play now.
Hello everyone. Hello friends. We're kicking off our third stream for the Starborn Legacy project. And instead of diving right into what's coming in the game, let's first talk about the latest updates in the pre-game. Max, our lead game designer, will walk you through the details. Thanks, Dmitry. So, the pre-game has just received an update that brings what we've been discussing in previous streams. First of all, we've introduced tasks, essentially in-game missions that allow you to earn currency for your battle pass, specifically for your NFTs. Right now, these tasks are things like subscribe to our channel, follow us on YouTube, follow our social media, and so on. They are really simple to complete and can be done in just about 5 minutes. And you can even earn a full battle pass level if you're just starting out, all within those 5 minutes. I highly recommend getting them done. New tasks will be added over the time as well. Also, the rewards you earn through the Battle Pass are now available in your inventory. This is a new button alongside the tasks. You can access your inventory to view all the rewards you've earned and get a rough estimate of their value. I've already seen some players in the chat who've landed themselves an uncommon item worth around $40. Really cool. Now let's move on the main topic, our game assets, specifically NFTs and their value. Why are they priced as the way they are? What's their role in the game? And ultimately, how much can they help you earn? After all, that's part of the reason why you're playing, right? We've got a variety of NFTs, but what exactly are they made of? So, we have a squad that embarks on raids. This means we have heroes that you can level up. The NFT you initially purchase as a level 1 hero, weak, small, and inexpensive. It's easy to acquire, but after several months to a year of leveling up and unlocking perks and different stages, they become much stronger, capable of completing more tough missions and therefore generating more profits. A fully upgraded hero can be equipped, fitted, with different implants, and of course, they won't be walking around space on foot or skies. They'll need a ship. This means you'll also need a shuttle, which can be equipped with additional shields, reinforced engines, larger fuel tanks to fly farther, and even lasers to shoot down meteorites or enemies, and so on. So we had a wide range of NFTs starting from the very basic and inexpensive ones affordable for every player. If you play in the pre-game, you'll receive the entire starter set for free just by completing the main part of the pre-game. And now let's dive deeper into these NFTs and game assets one by one. Let's start with the most basic NFTs, which include the unit, their equipment, and transport. By unit, we mean characters. Naturally, each character is a separate NFT, and there are characters of different ranks and classes. Each character are also have their own specific gear, not equipment for the entire unit, but for that individual character. This could be armor, weapons, or consumables. There's also transport, as Dmitry mentioned. For example, shuttles that players use to fly raids or ground vehicles for planetary raids. Basically, any kind of wheeled or planetary transport. Even if you've flown down to a planet on your shuttle, it's always better to move around in a rover or an APC, maybe fly in an atmospheric craft, or even explore underwater in a submersible. I'd probably include drones in this category too, drones that will accompany the unit on a raids. All of this can be modified. So, if you get an NFT vehicle, say a rover, you can modify that NFT, upgrade it to a higher level. If you've got a shuttle NFT, you can add extra models to the shuttle. Later, you can mint your modified NFT as a new item, which means there will be many unique NFTs that players themselves will create by upgrading what they already own. The stronger your unit and the better the NFTs in your unit, whether they're characters or gear, the more difficult raids they can take on, and as a result, the greater the rewards they can bring back. This is a good time to mention the different types of raids. We have raids that player can farm over and over again with smaller rewards. These provide basic resources that can be used for upgrading buildings, enhancing your base, creating other NFTs, and even burning them to earn tokens. Then there are rare, more difficult trades that players can only participate in a limited number of times. Each time you need to consider if your unit is strong enough to handle the challenge. But these are the rewards where you can earn the most valuable and unique rewards, those coveted NFTs. I'm not mistaken if I say in our first stream we mentioned that some NFTs earned in mid to late game raids could be worth $30 to $50 or even more. Just by completing a raid and successfully farming it, you can walk away with valuable NFTs. But these are difficult raids, so you'll need to prepare and level up your unit to secure those NFT drops. There are also NFTs that represent parts of your base, but before that, it's worth mentioning that the base itself is also an NFT. The base, as well as a foundation it's built on, are NFTs. So you can purchase a base, place it on a foundation you've acquired on a planet, and, for example, rent it out. This is your base with its installed models, and you can either rent it out or use it yourself. You can upgrade the models and even level up the base itself. Yes, the base has a level that can be increased. You're free to manage your base however you wish, it's entirely up to you. On your base, you can upgrade each building and add various models. For example, if you have a building like a laboratory, what would you need it for? Well, maybe a high-end electron microscope or analyzer. You could also add some top-tier scientists to speed up research. By filling the building with additional characters and models, you can make it stronger and more efficient. You can easily find these characters and models in raids, buy them in the shop, or purchase them on a secondary market from other players. There are also NFT mines. These are special types of buildings that generate in game tokens. You can use these tokens to buy other NFTs, which we'll talk about later. Mines, like any other building, can be upgraded to increase token production. Just like with the entire base, mines can be rented out or leased. If you don't have enough funds to buy your own mine, you can rent one from another player and use it on your own base. Additionally, you might accumulate an excess of certain resources, mainly the simpler ones, because you can never have too many of the more complex resources. If you're farming in a particular area of the game world, where your unit is still weak and leveling up slowly, you might find yourself farming over and over and ending up with too many resources. So, what do you do? The first option is to put them onto the market. Maybe another player will be interested in buying them. But there's another option. You can set up a processing plant on your base and convert these resources into tokens. You won't be making hundreds of dollars a day from this, but any excess resources can always be converted into tokens at any time, at a specific rate, of course. Not a one-to-one conversion, but still. And there are the top tier most valuable NFTs, cruisers, and frigates. These are essentially flying base. They serve as both a means of transportation and combat units. and they can even house multiple bases on board. These are the most expensive NFTs, very difficult to obtain, but with them you can earn a significant amount of tokens. You can rent out these bases or use it as your cruiser as a combat unit in Clan Wars, for example. Just like other NFTs, cruisers and frigates can be upgraded. You can add models to them, level them up, and enhance their capabilities. There's a wide variety of models: combat models, defensive models, models that increase the speed of your cruiser or frigate, and support models that, for example, reduce fuel consumption. There's a lot of customization options, allowing you to make your cruiser truly unique. And that's important to clarify. Maxim used the term flying base, and since we haven't fully explained its old mechanics yet, that might be a bit confusing. Let me break it down. What does flying base mean? Imagine you have a planet. It could be different types: seismically active, oceanic, or radioactive. That means you need specifically technology to set a foundation that earthquake resistance, build an anti-radiation dome, or installs walls to protect against ocean storms. And all of that requires resources, technology, and money. Then, when you leave the planet, you pack up your base and move it to a new planet, where the conditions are different, say volcanic instead of oceanic, or perhaps there's acid rain instead of radiation. So you'll have to reconfigure your base defense systems each time. Now imagine you have a frigate in orbit, and your base is on that frigate. When you need to go on raid, you simply deploy a shuttle and send it down. You don't have to deal with all the hassle of setting up, packing up, and adjusting your base to the planet environment every time. Plus, when your base is on planet, you're limited in how far you can explore. Your radar will only reach so far. But with a frigate or cruiser, you can position in between planets at a specific point in space, and its radar can cover everything you need. This is one of the big advantages of a cruiser or frigate. It's large, can hold multiple bases, so you can play with your clan or at least a small squadron. And it's also combat ready. A frigate, on the other hand, isn't designed for combat and typically only houses one player's base. But it's still a great way to avoid the constant hassle of setting down and taking down bases, saving resources on special defense buildings, technology, and so on. You get significant benefits, plus freedom of movement, which is crucial in the game world. Of course, these mobile bases won't completely replace a full-fledged planet base, if only because you can't place mining operations or processing plants on them. But as Dima correctly pointed out, the key advantage is that you can send your squadron on raids from these mobile bases, which is very convenient. Of course, because a mine needs to be on a deposit, not floating in space. But if we talk about the game loop, how does it work? You start by buying basic cheap NFTs, upgrade and modify them, and then use them to gather new NFTs or resources through raids. NFTs in the more challenging rare raids and resources in standard ones. Then you can craft new NFTs from the resources you've collected, or convert them into tokens to purchase more NFTs. This creates a core gameplay loop where NFTs, in game resources, and tokens interact. Later, there will be high level crafting. This feature won't be available at launch due to its complexity, and it won't be immediately necessary as players will be busy learning the game basics mechanics. High level crafting will require high level resources, which won't be found in the starting locations, as you can imagine. This is a feature for the future, and we already have some mathematical models for how it will work. We're planning to launch it a few months post launch, maybe in 6 months or so. By the time players reach the point where they need high level crafting, it will be ready. That's about it for now. Please feel free to ask any questions or clarify anything regarding NFTs. Let us know how you feel about this system. Post your questions in the chat and we'll answer them. And let's make a quick announcement. Our next session, our next stream, will focus on the different ways to earn in the game. The fact is, games like this attracted a wide variety of players. Some come in with a lot of money, some just want to explore, and some are used to paying $10 a month like in free to play games. That's why we've developed different earning and progression systems for all types of players. We'll explain how that works in our next stream in a few weeks. Stay tuned and don't disappear like some of you did today. We had more viewers at the start, which we're a bit bummed about. Well, in any case, drop your questions in the chat on Telegram or in the comments under our news channel. Thanks a lot to everyone who joined us today. I hope you found it interesting. See you in the next stream and happy gaming. Bye.